I love them. I love these two, bro. Have a good conversation while kicking ass.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Boom! Shakalaka turner!
Welcome back to the Millennial Classic, y'all. My name is Q, and on this show, we react to, we look back at, we talk about the best and most memorable movies, music, and culture-changing events from our generation. And I've been wanting to do this for a very, 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 very long time. One Piece has been something that's been near and dear to my heart in ways I wish I could explain. I grew up with very little. The millennials would know what I'm talking about. The Toonami, that was my extent of anime when I was a little kid, when I was growing up. I thought Dragon Ball Z was that hardcore gangsta shit. And I fell in love with anime from there. I don't know if Avatar: The Last Airbender counts as like the Western anime, but I love that show. Obviously, I watched Naruto, more so Shippuden than the actual original Naruto. There's a ton more, but my point is I've been wanting to talk and have a reason to engage with One Piece. Mumburi and I have not figured out how to correctly go through a TV series for our Millennial Classics. We've attempted it multiple times in the past. We haven't posted any of them because it's a very difficult thing to when you go through a Millennial Classic movie, it's one thing, it's easy because it's a movie, it's a 2-hour, 3-hour, thing that you can really dissect and get into. When you talk about a show that has multiple seasons, a show that characters, you get to know them for tens, hundreds of hours, it's one thing. But a show that has 1,000+ episodes, that's something that you can't describe in one movie. I mean, in one video, in one podcast, in one show, right? So we found it very difficult for us to describe or to have a Millennial Classics podcast on any show specifically, not even these 1,000 episode shows. But now that I'm doing reactions, this is a great way for me to share with y'all, for me to talk about a true Millennial Classic, an anime for the ages that was made for us and that we've grown up with ever since, and that is culminating now into something as special as, I don't know, I mean, this is Wano country. This is as big as One Piece gets, right? We're at like the tippy top peak of the greatness of One Piece. And I was thinking the entire time, why don't I start at the end of Wano? So I start fresh with on a new arc. But I'm like, why would I? There's no better time to start than right now, right? So I'm jumping on in. I know that we're in the heap of things. And moving forward from my reactions, I'm definitely not going to be doing this long intro. But I just wanted to explain my history with One Piece, and I'm not just jumping on the bandwagon. I actually started watching One Piece episodically after Fishman Island. Prior to that, it was literally a good 4 to 6 months where I like just binged through the entire One Piece, archives up until Fishman Island. And ever since Fishman Island, I've been watching it weekly. I usually do the thing where I don't watch One Piece for a good month or so, and then I catch up in one big chunk. Because if you know One Piece, you do know the first 15 to 20 minutes, I'd say the first 10 to 15 minutes is just recap and the intro, right? And then the last 5 to 10 minutes is, just more what's gonna happen next week and the outro. I don't think Wano Country has a lot of outros, but you get my point. There's very little meat of new development, engagement moving forward in the story in each One Piece episode. So I get really frustrated. You wait a full week, and then you find out that they've done 5-6 different moves in one fight, and you're like, shit. Now I have to wait another week. So I like to just do it in chunks. With the reactions, I haven't decided if I want to do it in chunks. I think this first one is going to be a couple. But we'll see how it goes. And then you guys could let me know. Do you want me to do it in chunks? Do you want me to do it weekly? But I do know that I am going to be doing One Piece. It is by far my favorite anime. It's really hard to compare it to anything else. This is something that I truly love. I love this crew. I feel like I'm a part of this crew. They've been with me ever since I've been with them, and they haven't let me down yet, right? But just a quick recap of the most recent engaging, excitement in Wano country, I did make a TikTok on Roof Piece, right? I couldn't restrain myself. I couldn't help myself. I was in love with that episode. Roof Piece, One Piece with that big fiery, I don't know if it was a Gear 3 or a King Kong punch or whatever it was. It was the most epic thing I've ever seen. And there's a TikTok that I did on that episode specifically. But in recent One Piece episodes, I do want to talk about how the major fights that have been going on, and I want to rate it and tell you how I see each of these fights. So Ulti getting shocked, Thunderbolt Lightning by what's it called? By Nami and Zeus together. Zeus is finally Nami's ally. She secured it. I think Zeus is now part of the crew, and he kind of lightning strike the shit out of Ulti. Two things about this. It's a really quick one hitter, like one hit quitter, like knockout punch, right? Fantastic. I'm going to give that little interaction probably like a 4 or 5 out of 10, just because knowing that Zeus is now with Nami increases the greatness of that little the tiff that they had. But I think more importantly than that, a few episodes back, a month or so prior, when Ulti had Nami in her hands and she told her, I'm going to bash your head to bits if you don't say the one sentence that Luffy will not be the Pirate King. And the fact that she didn't, the fact that she was like, I'm willing to get my head broken down, bashed into. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ulti who went head to head, literally, with Luffy, armament hardening. What did it mean? Armament hockey on the forehead, head to head with Luffy. And Nami was willing to take a second bashing from her. I think that's epic. I think that's probably one of the most beautiful parts of Wano country. The fact that Nami stood up and was willing to die just so she can hold on to the belief, not the truth, not the, in stone facts. This is a belief, the faith in her captain that he will one day become the Pirate King. I thought that was absolutely epic. And not only that, it was Usopp that was telling her, yelling at her, just lie this one time. And she said, I can't do that. I can't do that to my captain. He saved my life. I believe in him and I will never stop believing him, even if my life was, at hand. Beautiful. One of the most beautiful things about that. I really do like that about the Ulti Nami back and forth. That's one. Number two, page 1, Ulti's brother getting knocked the fuck out by Big Mom. Great. Just amazing. I just like that a ton. I mean, Jinbei versus the XCP9 agent. This fight was good to see Jinbei back into action, right? It was nice to see him back into action. I'm going to give this fight like a 7 out of 10 because I did like the action. So more of the context of the fight, more of what we learned during the fight than the actual fight itself. The actual fight itself was actually pretty good. I'm not going to lie there. Like I said, I really love that last black karate fist by Jinbei. That was badass as fuck. He didn't even touch his face and Homie was knocked the fuck out. The teeth attack, the flying teeth attack, that was badass as shit. So all of those things are wins for the fight, but more than the fight, what we learned about Luffy and his fruit. So he doesn't, well, I don't know if he doesn't, this is not certain, but it's not the Gomu Gomu, it's the Nika fruit. I don't know what that means. I do know it. Look, this means a lot of things, right? This means a ton of things, but there's just too many questions in the air for me to even guess or try to be insightful for any of this. The Frankie and the Sasaki fight. The last fight that I enjoyed from Frankie was when they were fighting Doflamingo's group and he was fighting Big Baby. That fight was entertaining, silly at the right levels, at the right amount, right? And I understand that Frankie and Brooke really are the silly characters of the squad in the sense of fights. Even though Usopp has his silly fights, even though Chopper has his silly fights, I feel like consistently every time Frankie fights, it's a silly thing. It's like big robots, and I'm going to show off and do a silly dance, right? As Usopp is more, I'm going to run away and lie, and there's going to be some trickery. Usopp is just cute, but Frankie, it's like silly for silly's sake, right? It's just like it's played. And exactly like I said, the last fight that I enjoyed Frankie was in was literally fighting a baby, a man baby. So it's silliness all around. And I did not like the silliness for this fight. I thought it was decent. I'm going to give that fight, Frankie versus Sasaki, probably like a 3.5 or 4 out of 10. There was no cool scenes. The radical beam, there was no new moves. The fact that Sasaki's, when he was in his like Triceratops form, he was spinning and then he went backwards. He's a beast pirate. I understand Frankie is silly, right? But this is a dinosaur. He's a beast. He's a pirate. Like, he's supposed to be this badass motherfucker, right? So like the silliness really took me out of it. I was not a fan of that fight. I just couldn't wait till it was over, and I'm happy it is actually over. And then going from silliness to probably the best fight I've seen. Obviously, I'm not including Kaido, roof piece, all of that stuff, but the best fight I've seen outside of Luffy, outside of the big boys, the Big Mom, it's easily Robin. It's not even in the sense of like the action of the fight, but the buildup of the fight, the new moves we saw Robin do. And this is versus Black Maria, and it's technically a Robin and Brook fight, but it's really just a Brook fight because it was Brook made that ice shield, and it was Robin versus Black Maria, and they were going at it. The demon flower, it was epic, right? This is like the Robin fight we've been waiting to see. Robin going all out, giving us some new moves since the new world, since we've seen her come into the new world. I think this is the most we've seen Robin put in effort when it comes to a fight. And it was beautiful to see. And not just beautiful to see. And, I think there's this theme that is consistent throughout this Wano country, that like all of Luffy's folks, all of Luffy's the straw hats, all of the straw hats, they're willing to go the extra mile to make Luffy's dream happen, to make sure that they don't disappoint the ultimate goal here of finding the One Piece, right? Multiple times. And I didn't talk about Chopper because he really didn't have a one-to-one. The fact that he flipped, I forget his name, the dinosaur, the big dancer. You know who I'm talking about. There'll be a picture. The fact that he flipped him was epic and was really cool, but it's not a one-to-one, right? He was just defending the people from that floor, and he saved the day with his medicine, which is good for him. But what my point being is, Chopper was like, yes, I'm going to be the baddest motherfucking monster I possibly can. So far, so much so that he took advice from Caesar Clown. I'm thinking Buggy the Clown, but Caesar the Scientist. Is it Caesar Clown? I'm pretty sure it's Caesar Clown. So much so that he took advice from a previous bad guy just to improve his gigantic form. So just so he could last longer in it, right? He does become smaller and very, very cute afterwards. But so he did that, right? Nami was not willing to lie. And then right here, on that same note, Robin was like, I'm coming out of my shell. Thank you, Sanji, for calling my name and asking for my help and believing in me. I am going to go all out, and I am going to become a monster to protect those that I love, those that I care for, the dreams of the people that I love. And it was amazing to see. And her in her demon form is epic. I mean, it's just epic. It's crazy to say, but Robin cannot look unattractive. Robin in her demon form is like just gorgeous, right? But one of the lines, another one of my favorite lines in recent One Piece history is when Robin says, and I think this settles it in stone about the Zoro and Sanji back and forth, is when Robin says, when Black Maria's like, he's the second highest. I can't believe you guys are so weak. And Robin's like, all right, you need to calm down. You don't understand who Sanji is. In fact, she says, he's a man worthy of being one of the two arms of the king of pirates. on that quote alone, I think Oda is yelling, screaming to the fans. Yes, the Sanji and Zoro, back and forth, not liking each other, who's stronger, who's better, is a good thing. It is, he makes it out to be. They actually don't like each other. They actually talk shit about each other. They're actually not fans of each other. But at the same time, they're the arms of the Pirate King. It's the number one and the number two. I think it's pretty obvious that Zoro is the number one, or in this case, the number two and number three, but like he is the right-hand man, right? But Sanji is the left-hand man. Sanji is second in line after Zoro. Sanji is one of the arms of the Pirate King. And I think with that line right there, it is set in stone. I love to see what is happening next. That is my big recap of what recently happened in Wano. I mean, this arc has been forever long. It's impossible for me to try to review or recap what has been going on, but that's where I'm going to stop. Let's get into it. Let's really get into it. 1046. The title is Taking a Chance, the Two Arms Go into Battle. Taking a chance, the two arms go into battle. So this is it. It's Zoro and Sanji fighting King and Queen. It has to be. This heartbeat is epic. Yeah, this animation is dope. If Zoro doesn't fucking come through. There we go. It's Marco. The first hand for Whitebeard. Of course he has that much power left. How are you going to disrespect the man? With a smirk on his face. How much longer can this last, though? That's the question. What has he heard of? King the Wildfire. What? Oh, yeah. So he knows. From the dead, from hell, he rises like a fucking phoenix, ready to take King's ass. Hey, that's the star. That's so fucking cool, bro. Yeah, this animation is epic. Yo, these life-saving tricks for folks. Now Luffy has lost part of his life when he was in chasing his brother Ace, and now Zoro's lost some of his life. But this one shot. The King's like, see what you made me do? I could have killed this motherfucker. Oh my god. Get it. Get it, baby. Oh my god. Purgatory. Woo! Sweet, baby. Look at that. Oh my god. This is beautiful. What's his name? Marco is right. Here comes the stars, baby. They're so epic, bro. They're so epic. Does Marco really think that they can get beaten, or is he just like, I actually need a break? That's the question I want to know. I want to hear him say it. I think you guys could do it. Because Marco should know, man, right? I mean, I feel like if you are a commander of the other pirates, like the Kaido's commanders, Whitebeard's commanders, they must think like, I got these motherfuckers, right? I could fuck these motherfuckers up, right? It's Zoro, this motherfucker. Does he need healing? Does he need healing? Yeah, you and me both. Now it's time to exercise.
朝飯は
誰に向かって言ってんだ。ぶっ飛ばすぞってね。
Where's my breakfast? Let's get him, boys.
この戦いを制したらよ。
ああ、見えてくるな。ルフィが海賊王になる。
Oh God! Oh my God! I am the prize. It never stops. No, but that's the truth right there. That is the truth. If those two can beat King and Queen, it is set in stone, settled. Maybe not the numbers. We know that he has that grand fleet, but it's technically not his crew.
まるであの頃のあの人を思い出させるんだ。
Who's the man from the old days? Who's the man from the old days? Who's the man from the old days? Don't you dare get into the middle of a fight like they did with Katakuri and Luffy.
見ろ。邪魔だけはしてくれるなって顔に書いてあら。
I love that. I love that. A battle between two foes. Don't get involved. Why is he remembering Whitebeard? What's going on here?
その前よ。あの上には神の国があったらしいぜ。
Before? Shots fired.
がいい。
Drought.
浅い。
Wildfire. The plague.
俺たちはカイドウさんを守る。
The calamities that protect Kaido. Queen's attacks are so fucking annoying because they like long distance and he's got all of the mechanics and
調子が悪いとは言ってねえだろ。ただ変なんだ。
that raid suit fucked him up.
貸し1。
仮なし。
I love them. I love these two, bro. Have a good conversation while kicking ass.
ジャッジのせがれよ。
Hmm?
この名で呼ぶなっつってんだろ。
人が燃えるかバカ野郎。ルナーリア族じゃあるめえし。
可能だ。燃えるさ。俺の情熱は炎の温度。
Yo, stop with that bullshit. My passion is hotter than fire. He does make a really good point, though. You know, I think we just take it as like Oda's just been telling us that Sanji can do it, and we believe it because I don't know, maybe he moves so fast that it turns into fire, but he's not moving really fast right now. He just tapped his foot to the ground. The fact that he can like light himself on fire is kind of crazy. He did cook a sea monster with his fucking fire, like in the bottom of the ocean. He looks like Sonic when he moves in that circular motion. It's dope as fuck. Zoro's insults are silly. You mummy in black? Oh shit. Oh shit.
剣士と名乗られちゃいねえな。好きにしな。俺も決着の時にはお前の喉笛食いちぎってるかもしれ
This
ね
dude's a fucking Jason. His insults might be silly, but his threats are fucking undeniable. I might be feasting on your throat by the end of this. Fuck with me and see what happens. That's what Zoro is telling him. Fuck with me and see what happens.
若き日のリンゴの大名。
I mean, this is Zoro with blue hair. Dun, dun,
石
dun.
丸様は東神下月龍馬の子孫にして大剣豪。
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So we're gonna learn about this motherfucker.
龍馬が赤眼の侍であったことも含め。
Was he really? Ryuma? Ryuma. Zoro's dad is Ryuma. This is supposed to be Zoro's arc, just like Big Mom's arc was Sanji's. This is supposed to be Zoro's.
Momonosuke sama wa koko ni irasshaimasu.
So what's Momo up to? What's Momo up to, baby? All right, next episode. Let's see what's happening. Episode 1047, Ascend to the Dawn. A pink dragon gets agitated. Sasaki is down. Yes! Finally! Law's crew, man. I feel like they've been useless. I'm not going to lie. Law's crew's been useless this entire fight. Oh shit, Usopp is left behind. Is this gonna be Usopp's fight? Some random croc man? But I do want to see Usopp get into a legit fight. Okay, these two versus Big Mom. Let's go, baby. So all of the fights are actually like they're ending and letting the big boy fights happen. Or the Big Mom fights happen. Doesn't Kid have Supreme Haki? Get the fuck out of here. This dude is just like Buggy the Clown, man. Some pirates are just... Of course he does. It's useless. That's what we say in the hospital. No news is good news. That's right. Let the big fight happen. Just like Law. You gotta use your ice, baby. You're burning, bro. Come on, man. His son, Yamato. That's who's keeping Kaido busy. As best as she can now. The thing about One Piece is power scaling is so hard, right? Because there's some devil fruits that are just like epic, right? And it's so hard, but then you start adding like devil fruit power with Haki, with Supreme, like with the King's Haki. There's so many different layers of strength. So it's really hard to tell like who's like the top dog in any real situation. It took like 4, 5 of the worst generation to get Kaido and Big Mom separated, but Kaido still then fucking kicked all of the samurai's asses, right? And kicked Luffy's ass. You got to be honest, right? So, and now he's fighting Yamato. Like Kaido's been through all of it. Big Mom doesn't feel like she has a scratch on her face. It's just like the power scaling in One Piece is really difficult. And now you have Dog Sama versus one of the calamities. King of the day. Take a nap. Like, I want to know what you guys think. Do you guys think that this means that Dog Sama is on the same level as Zoro and Sanji? There you go. He's gonna get into his Sulong form now. Now let's go, baby.
今宵限りでよ
Get your shit done, baby. This dude fighting with his earlobes is pathetic, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. This fight is not, it's not the one.
光月の敵を滅ぼすべし
He ain't got shit on Naruto's shadow clones. But I'll take it.
なぜここにカイドウが
It's not Kaido. Come on, boys.
これは28歳のお姿。そんなことできたのか。
Yeah, how is she capable of that?
モモノスケ様、そのお姿まるで。
He looks like his dad.
行くぞモモ。和の国を取り返しに。
おう
I would love to know who does the voice acting now. I'm gonna do one more episode. I'll bang out 3 episodes this week. I feel like that episode was just catching us all up to where everybody is. For the future, Yamato and the Great Swordsman's Pledge. Episode 1048. Let's get Luffy and Momo back to... Because Yamato can't keep up. Yamato is looking like she's at the end of her struggles here.
飛んだ。
飛んだ
Come on, Momo. Well, look, you also can't blame him. The dude went from 8 to 28 in like a second.
なりか
Yo, Kaido is taking none of Yamato's shit. Oh, and Yamato's eating it. Kaido's on a different level. You can't keep up with this man. You ain't got it, Yamato.
お前はいつも僕を殺す気だった。
I don't think he has. Okay, well, you said he did.
おでんだ。
何が起こったんだ
She's got the supreme hockey.
お腹が空いて死にそうなんだ。
なるほど覇王色か有望だな
He's so matter of fact about like even his son, even his daughter.
死ねえヤマト
Shit.
の名前の意味をよく考えるんだな
Yo, this is the worst kind of discipline I've ever heard in my life. Oh, that's dope. Standing on the dude's head. He's a good man. Zoro's dad is a good man.
世界は4つの海と1本の長い海でできている。さらに世界は白玉のように丸いらしい。
Of course, he would describe it as a rice ball cake.
新しい冒険が始まった。白きちゃんも偉大。
I don't want to know the answer. Just like Luffy said, don't tell us the answer.
ロジャー海賊団がとうとうやったぞ。海賊ロジャーが前人未到の世界一周を果たした。
But is it the first time in history?
カイドウ様、天の岩戸が破られました。絶対に生きて返すな。
僕にだって信じてくれる人たちはいる。
That's beautiful. That is such a beautiful way to end it. And they just put their faith in Yamato like that. That's the thing about folks in One Piece. When they believe something, they believe it to the core of who they are. Oh my goodness. Jesus. You see, Kaido looks like a goddamn devil over there. Who's got the bigger, badder Thunder Bagua? God damn it! Ay, ay, ay. At least we got to see how much of a gentleman Zoro's dad is. His name is so-and-so, so we don't actually know what his name is, but I think they said it. I just don't remember it. Wow, okay. Okay. So just the thing is, it's like, you know how Luffy said that he doesn't want to know the answer? I feel like is the answer in the book, or is what they said Odin described it as all of it, right? Like, is Oden just describing the big pictures of the situation? When he got there, they named it Laugh Tale, we saw the treasure. Or is he saying, this is what we did to get there? Because if he's not saying all of that, I guess the Oden's journal is not that big of a deal. But if it's like directions, Luffy doesn't want that. Luffy wants to do it on his own, fight it on his own like merits. He just wants to figure it out for himself. And the thing is, the one thing that I noticed is like the last road poneglyph, or the red poneglyph, whatever they call it, it was in the Minx Island. So I feel like Luffy has all the information he needs to make it to Laugh Tale, right? There's just a lot that's happening in One Piece, and it's all happening all at once. I want to see Momonosuke in human form as a 28-year-old. I want to see that. And we need to go back to Queen, King, and Homie fighting. We definitely need to go back to that. How much longer does Zoro have? Is Chopper's injection like strong enough to keep him for the entire fight against this against King? And the thing about King is he's like, King gives me a lot of Katakuri vibes, right? Like, not like very reserved about his business. I'm gonna fuck things up and that's all I'm here to do, right? That's what King is giving me. And again, so back to my question about, is Cat Viper just as strong? I mean, is Dog Summer just as strong as Sanji and Zoro? Because he's fighting one of the calamities as well. But now we have Cat Viper. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with these names, but he's fighting Mr. Lick, Mr. Candyman, Big Mom's, one of Big Mom's commanders. So I feel like, in a way, they're saying that Zoro and Sanji are at the same level as Dog Summer and Cat Summer, which I feel like is a huge step up for Zoro and Sanji. But I don't know if I want to believe it, because it was, when they were fighting on the Mink Island, it was the dog, the cat, all of their army versus just one of the mammoth, one of the calamities. If I had to put them in a ranking, I would definitely put Sanji and Zoro ahead of Cat and Dog. But we'll see, and they have that Sulong form that can really kick ass. But at this point, it doesn't really matter who's who. They're all in the same side, and I'm happy for them. But, it's an action anime, so you want to know who's the big dog on campus. All we do know is that Luffy's rested. He's coming up. Hopefully, Momo gets over the fact that he's now a 28-year-old dragon. He needs to fly up there, drop Luffy off before Yamato gets gets night-night. All right, until next week, or until 3 weeks from now, either way, please let me know in the comment section. Do you want me to be doing like weekly reactions to One Piece, or do you want me to be doing like this, every 3 episodes or every 4 episodes, like once a month? These are the things I need help with, because there is so much other reactions that I'm trying to do. Of course, I'm trying to get all of the classics out of the way. I'm trying to enjoy all of the classics. I'm trying to watch the Millennial classics. And then on top of that, I am doing a few other shows. When I'm done with Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a true classic TV show. I'm leaning towards like the greatest show of all time, which is Sopranos. I'm thinking after Wednesday, I'm going to want to go through the entire Sopranos. So if I do that, if I'm doing Sopranos and I'm doing a classic every week, going through the Soprano episodes, and there's like 5-6 seasons of Sopranos, I'm doing the Sopranos. I'll be doing a classic review. I'll be doing a Millennial classic review each week. If I'm doing all that, doing a weekly One Piece reaction might be difficult. So this might be a monthly thing, but if you guys really do want the weekly, just let me know. Like I said, I love One Piece. I've been watching One Piece longer than I've been watching any show I know. So just let me know. Catch you guys next week. And RRR Part 2 is about to drop, so don't forget about that. And yeah, deuces.